So, can you hear her now? I asked.
Jake, what was that?
Mum asked, shaking.
I think it worked, Suma said.
Mum looked over at her, shocked.
That bird just spoke.
You know, I think you're right, I joked to Suma. Mum, allow me to finally, and this time properly, introduce you to Suma.
Hi,
Suma chirped happily.
Jake, that sparkly bird has psychic powers, and it can speak,
Mum repeated herself. I turned to Suma. I think she is in shock. Let's give her a minute to process. We waited for a few more moments while Mum came to grips with what was happening, and with what she saw in Suma's memories.
So, the Suma you told me about is a bird, and it can use magic, and it has psychic powers,
Mum eventually said. Pretty much, I confirmed.
What's a bird?
Suma asked over our private link. It's a small winged animal from my planet that can fly, I replied. The Nume do look very similar to one.
And you work for her, Jake?
Mum asked. Sort of, yeah. We're partners and I'm her familiar, I explained.
And this is where you've been for the last few days? She wondered. Fighting those creatures?
I only showed her up to the first encounter with that Borog. She doesn't know about the nobles or the drake,
Suma said over our link. Well, that was just the one time. Really, I've just been helping her train, and in return she's been teaching me how to use magic like her. I lied, but it didn't work.
Jake, I'm your mother. I always know when you're lying to me. Now tell me the truth. Is she mind-controlling you to do this? To fight those things?
I couldn't tell if she was asking me that or Suma.
Jake, what is your mother's name?
Suma asked. It's Susan Vandal, I told her.
Miss Vandal, Jake is strong and smart, not to mention incredibly powerful. There is nothing to worry about. Even if on the off chance that we are ever attacked, they will be no match for Jake.
Suma tried to reassure her, but I could tell it wasn't working by the annoyed look forming on Mum's face. Mum, you saw her memories. Suma can't control me. She tried years ago and failed, I said. But as soon as it left my mouth, I regretted it.
And that's another thing.
She was starting to shout hysterically.
Why are you working with her as she tried to control you? She kidnapped you and forced you to fight a dangerous monster. Why team up with her if you aren't mind-controlled?
I admit that was a bit of a hurdle, but I've long since forgiven Suma for that. We've moved past it, I said.
Miss Vandal, I would never do that to Jake again, and I couldn't even if I wanted to, Suma said.
Things were getting heated, and Mum wasn't calming down.
How many times have you had to fight like that, Jake? And don't try lying again, Mum pressed.
I sighed and relented, knowing I wouldn't be able to fool her, including the one you saw in Suma's memories, 3 times. She glared at Suma with hatred-filled eyes.
You made my baby boy risk his life 3 times?
No, Mum, it's not like that. I saved her from these nobles who are attacking her. I tried to calm her.
Show me, Mum demanded. I want to see. If you have the ability to show me memories, then I want to see.
That's not a good idea,
Suma said reluctantly. Mum, calm down, I told her. That was a mistake.
I am calm,
she shrieked. Suma recoiled at Mum screaming. Send her back, I said to Suma over a private channel.
I can't unless you're touching her, but are you sure it's wise? Won't that only make her madder? Suma asked.
I hugged Mum around the neck. Do it. I'll deal with the fallout at home, I said to Suma.
What are you... Wait, are we about to...
Mum started to say, but we disappeared before she could finish. Mum and I reappeared back outside her house, and it took another few hours of talking with her and explaining what was going on, before she finally started to settle down.
I'm just so scared for you, Jake.
I know, Mum. I was scared at first too, but being with Suma, going to her world, is the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. A little danger isn't going to stop me from living out the greatest adventure I've ever been on, I explained. She stayed quiet for a while.
You've been through so much, and in such a short amount of time.
Well, it has actually been a while from my point of view. For some reason until recently, whenever I would travel to her world, time would stop or something. Or maybe I was just getting placed back from where I left. I don't know, but I do know that it didn't do it last time. That's why I was missing for so long. I spent a few days over there, I told her. Mum asked a few more questions, and I answered what I could. She asked about Suma and why she wanted a familiar. She asked how it was possible that magic was real. And finally, she asked the big question.
So, what happens now?
Now, I'll go see if I still have a job. If I do, then I think it's best if I quit. If I don't, then I think I can come up with a lie to at least give them some closure, I said. Mum and I said goodbye, and she asked me to apologize to Suma for her behavior for her. Then I went straight to work.